Deep in the Sahara, where the wind whispers ancient secrets, rise the Aïr Mountains, a refuge of stone that holds the memory of forgotten civilizations. Between their crevices, the shadows of giant giraffes emerge from the rock, silent witnesses to a past where the sand was not master of the landscape. What stories were carved into their walls? What enigmas does this land, where humanity and the desert have danced for millennia, hide? Join us on a journey to the heart of an archaeological mystery where stones speak and time stands still. The Aïr Mountains are characterized by a varied landscape. There are high mountains, deep gorges, extensive plateaus, and rock formations. Some plant species relatively rare in the Sahara grow at higher altitudes. There are also rocks and cavities that house historic rock paintings and carvings, testimony to earlier human life and activities in the region. In the photo, the dead tree, located in front of the great dunes of Archaeology on the eastern slope of the Aïr Mountains. In this engraving, numerous horses, graffiti, tifinagh, and a large figure, possibly a woman, can be seen. As usual, the eyes are not engraved, but are obtained through the use of natural cavities. The woman is 1.60 meters tall. Beside her, although less visible, another person is standing, watching in the distance. This central figure, 1.50 meters tall, has an ant-like head, typical of this period in which warriors predominate over hunters. The costume and appendages on the head, which may not be feathers, are visible. This large figure also wears a dress whose engraving highlights a kind of toothed pattern. The presence of two small hemispherical protuberances at the bottom, on the right and left, is notable. El Aïr is known for its rock art, dating back to 6000 BC until approximately 1000 BC. During the African humid period, the region was a pastoral area, as illustrated by images of cattle and large mammals. However, during the 3rd millennium BC, a process of desertification began, and Tuaregs from the north migrated into the region. Later, art depicted warfare, depicting horses and chariots. In particular, the 5-meter-high carvings of the Dabous Giraffes discovered in 1999 are internationally renowned. Rock art in the region is predominantly stone carving, initially using sharpened rock, and from around 1200 BC, perhaps using metal. In this example, despite the weakness of the engraving style, it is a document from the Horse Age. The warriors, in the form of a diabolo, are equipped with spears and shields. On the right, an exceptional beast reminiscent of a lion can be seen. This individual, with a slender torso and elongated limbs, exhibits a circular head with two prominent appendages on top, which could represent a ritual headdress, stylized horns, or even an unknown symbolic form. His body is decorated with a series of geometric markings, possibly a body ornament or tattoos. In each hand, he holds what appear to be ritual objects or tools, suggesting a shamanic or leadership role within his society. This type of petroglyph is associated with the hunter-shepherd period, approximately 6,000 to 4,000 years ago, a time when the Sahara still supported grasslands and abundant wildlife. The presence of anthropomorphic figures with ceremonial ornaments and postures reinforces the hypothesis that these engravings were not merely decorative, but served a spiritual, mnemonic, or even knowledge-transmitting function. Here, one can observe the difference in style between the first 3 giraffes on the right and the previous 2, and finally, the one on the far left. In this sample, one might wonder what the multiplicity of head shapes, oversized in relation to the body, corresponds to. Then, observe the individuals with bitriangular fur, those with straight fur, and those whose legs are visible up to the upper thighs. In this enlargement of the giraffe's belly pattern, one can observe the combined use of stippling and strokes. The level of detail in the body texture suggests great technical skill, reinforcing the hypothesis that these engravings not only had an aesthetic purpose, but were possibly linked to religious beliefs, hunting rituals, or knowledge systems passed down through time. Here, two more ant-headed figures can be seen in a prayer position. In the middle, there is an individual intentionally made smaller, and the entire scene portrays what could be a religious act. Various quadrupeds are depicted in these prints, but the interest lies in the two figures in the center. The one on the left would fit well in a modern art museum and doesn't allow for a satisfactory explanation. The one on the right could be holding a bow. The people of the Horse Age loved to depict themselves so much that one could compile an inventory of their various representations, which are often, in fact, accompanied by one or more horses. Theories about the origin and purpose of these artistic manifestations are as diverse as they are fascinating. Some archaeologists maintain that they were depictions of everyday life, hunting scenes, and religious rituals that attest to the spiritual connection between ancient inhabitants and their environment. Others venture more enigmatic hypotheses, suggesting that these engravings could be records of ancient mythologies or even messages of forgotten knowledge. The presence of humanoid figures with stylized features, sometimes surrounded by halos or abstract forms, has given rise to symbolic interpretations that delve into the realm of mysticism. The Aïr Massif, with its eerie atmosphere and history veiled by the dust of time, remains an enigma to science and the human imagination. As researchers continue to unravel the secrets of these stones, which seem to speak an ancient language, the wind continues to blow through their cliffs, carrying with it the whispers of a lost civilization. Perhaps in the stillness of the Saharan night, when the moon illuminates the ancient carved walls, it is possible to hear the echoes of those who once carved their history into the eternal rock.